All right, guys, we've got a 2009 Big Dog K-9 Softail chopper motorcycle for sale. This motorcycle currently has extremely low 7,463 very well cared for miles. Now this particular bike is equipped with the gloss black base paint job, and then you've got silver metallic and gray metallic tribal accents. Definitely a very, very gorgeous motorcycle. Now in 2009, Big Dog equipped these bikes with extremely powerful 1,917 cc, 117 cubic inch S&S V-twin motor. They also equip the bikes with the 6-speed Baker transmission. You've got a right side balanced drive. You have PM disc brakes. And then you've also got PM polished billet wheels. They definitely didn't spare any expenses when they were building these motorcycles. Now this bike does have some additions. First off, you've got the Big Dog Easy clutch. Definitely a nice option to have on the motorcycle. What it allows to have happen is less pressure on the clutch lever for more seamless shifting. You've also got the sissy bar ready struts. So what that will allow you to do is add a sissy bar rather easily. They just pop into these holes here. That will allow you to have a backrest for a passenger or a storage rack so you can carry some gear. Definitely a nice option to have as well. You've also got the tinted signal light covers. You've got the passenger pegs. Again, that will allow you to facilitate that passenger. These pegs look like they're brand new. I doubt they've hardly been used. You've got the Vance & Hines big radius exhaust. One of the more popular aftermarket exhaust systems, and there's a reason behind it. They look great and sound even better. Definitely a very attractive exhaust pipe system. You've got the oil cooler and stash tube. Now the oil cooler, that just runs your oil up through there to cool it down. It allows the motor to run cooler, which is better. And then you've got the stash tube on the left side. That top spins off there, and you can throw some gear in there like your registration, paperwork, stuff of that sort. So. Now I'd rate the bike at a 9.5 out of a 10. It's definitely a great motorcycle and a great example of being in good condition, but it does have a few cosmetic blemishes for me to mark it at a 9.5. We'll go ahead and do some close-ups for you. So you've got that rear Avon tire. I am going to say you have approximately 25% of tread remaining. It's getting a little bit lower, and just want to be completely upfront with you. So you'll get a little bit more riding time out of these. I've seen some guys run these down rather low, almost to where they look like racing slicks, but just whatever you feel most comfortable with. But you definitely do still have some life there. We'll move up to that rear fender. If you can see along the edge of that fender, I'd say you have probably about 5 to 6 very, very little rock chips that have caught the edge of that fender. Not very bad, but enough to point out. The fender is in really good condition, but there's a few other little pin tip rock chips, little speckles. Not bad, but enough to point out so you're aware of it. I don't really see any suction cup seats on that rear fender, so I don't think there's been a passenger on here very often. Maybe a few times. polish billet on the wheels is in really good condition. It's clearly been polished on a consistent basis, which is good. You want to keep up on this annually and polish it probably once a year. That way it doesn't go. But if you keep it polished, it will look like chrome and keep that nice sheen to the polished billet. We got that BDM solo seat. It's in good shape. You do have a little bit of wrinkling on the vinyl, if you can see that. And so I don't know if someone has added some aftermarket foam to make that seat a little bit more comfortable. That's the only reason I could see it wrinkling a little bit and having a little bit of separation there. But again, I want to point out as much as possible on the motorcycle. You've got the drive belt pulley. That's in good shape, very similar to the polish belt on the rest of the bike. In really good condition. It could maybe use a little bit of elbow grease to look absolutely perfect, but overall really in good shape. So you've got the electrical covers there. They're in good condition. You might have a few light pin-tipped rock chips like on that edge of that rear fender. Nothing crazy, but just want to point out as much as possible. We'll show you that rear passenger peg again. Dang near looks new. Rubber isn't separating at all, so you can tell the bike's been stored properly. I did acquire it from the original owner before this owner, and so I've known the history on the motorcycle. It was in a heated garage from the get-go, so there's that. You've got the Vance & Hines big radius exhaust system. They're in good shape, maybe with the exception of some light surf scratches, just from being a 2009 model. You're gonna have a little bit of wear and tear. You can't expect the motorcycle to be perfect. Down here on that rear swing arm, you can see you've got some more rock chips right there. Not bad, but I wanna point those out. You could touch that up with some black touch-up paint. That would actually look quite a bit better. Bottom of the frame, I'm gonna say, has some very light scrapes. Happens on almost every big dog motorcycle that I acquire. These bikes sit so low to the ground, it's dang near impossible to prevent them from dragging on a low profile driveway. So gas tank is in really good condition. You may have a few little light surface scratches right here. Almost looks like one of the previous owners may have had a necklace on that lightly dragged on that gas tank at the lower portion, almost where it meets up with the seat pan. Not bad, almost not worth mentioning, but do want you to be aware of that. Rest of the gas tank is in really good condition. Top of the gas cap lid, you're gonna have a few minor little blemishes. Most guys who own these bikes will set them down while they're refueling, and that's what happens, and that's where the blemishes come from. Side of the gas tank's in really good condition. No major blemishes to point out there. Maybe a little pin-tipped rock chip there. Same on the front of that gas tank. And that may even be some bug splat that needs to be cleaned off, but rocker box covers are in really good condition. No blemishing in the chrome. Really no oxidation on the motor. Again, you can tell it's been out of the weather. It's been kept out of the weather, and it hasn't been ridden in the weather, or inclement weather, I should say. The front brake rider peg is in good condition. These pegs look almost new as well. You can see the rubber's in great shape, really no separation. It's very common to have that happen on the bikes that have been used moderately. Grips and handlebars in great shape. No major blemishes to point out there. Down tubes of the frame are in good condition. You're going to have some very, very minor rock chips on the down tubes on each side down in this area. Not very bad, but you've probably got a series of, 15 to 20 on each side of very light pin-tipped little rock chips. And so I want you to be aware of that so you know what you're getting. Front of the mirror is in good condition. You may have a little bug splat there that needs to be cleaned off, but no major blemishes to point out. The forks and triple trees in good condition. Headlights in good condition. No major blemishes to point out. Maybe the exception of some light surf scratches from being dusted off. Right side fork is in great shape. No major blemishes to point out there. Front fender is in good condition. You've got a couple of rock chips right on the edge of the rear of the fender. I'd say you're approximately 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/16 of an inch on the right side ones. Rest of the fender is in really good condition. Fork brace is in good condition as well. No blemishing or oxidation there. Front fender is in good condition as well. Trying to see if you've got any little blemishing on the edges. Doesn't look like it. That's the most susceptible area to have that happen. But looks clear to me. Polish built on the front wheel is in good condition. Has clearly been polished on a regular basis. Might need a little bit of polishing to look absolutely perfect, but overall in really good shape. The front Avon tire is in fair shape. It is starting to have a little bit of slight weather cracking in between the tires. So I'd say I'm gonna rate this at the same as the rear tire, about 25% of tread remaining. But should definitely give you some life. So polish built on this side is very similar to the other side. The brake rotors are in good condition. Maybe some light wear and tear, but no major blemishing or pitting chrome, nothing of that sort. Left front fork is in good condition, similar to the right side. No major blemishes on the mirror or on the hand grip. The front shift peg's in good condition. Looks like you've got a little oxidation in between, but not bad. This is probably one of the best examples I've seen as far as a stock OEM rider peg and shift peg. They're in really good shape. Gas tank on the side's in really good condition. See if we can get that to focus. No major blemishes to point out on the left side. You might have a little bit of light pin tip rock chips on the front left side. Very similar to the rest of the motorcycle. Rocker box covers and engine jugs on the side are in great shape. No major blemishes to point out. Primary covers in good condition as well. No major blemishes there. Electrical cover on the side in pretty good shape. You might have one little pin tip rock chip right there. Not bad, but enough to point out. Again, you've got a little bit of wrinkling on the BDM solo seat there. Not bad, but enough to point out. Rear passenger peg on this side's in great shape. Looks like it's hardly been used. Very similar to the other side as well. The kickstand's in good shape. They always have a little bit of wear and tear right here, just from going up and down from being used. Looks like you've got a couple other rock chips right here on that swing arm, similar to the other side. License plate holder is in pretty good shape. The polished billet maybe could use a little bit of polishing to look absolutely perfect, but overall in pretty good condition there. So polished billet on the left side of the rear wheel is in good condition as well. Has clearly been kept up on throughout the course of its life. Again, the bike could use a little bit of polishing to look absolutely perfect, but overall the bike's in really good condition. So the rear brake rotor is in good shape. No major blemishes there, no pitting chrome, maybe a little bit of wear and tear from being used, but overall in really good shape. So there's your close-up of the bike. Hopefully that gives you a better idea of the condition. All right, let's go ahead and fire the motorcycle up for you. there you have it. Definitely shows the motorcycle runs extremely well, rides even better. This bike is in great shape, definitely ready to hit the road. Another thing to note and mention is a full service has been completed on the motorcycle less than 100 miles ago. That was the service on the engine, the transmission, and also on the primary drive. And I believe the spark plugs were also replaced. So the bike's ready to rock and roll. If you guys do have any other questions, definitely don't hesitate to contact me. You can reach me on my direct cell phone, which is 801-564-0629. Again, that's 801-564-0629. Also, the asking price will be listed in the listing description on the YouTube video. And so if you scroll down, the asking price will be there. Another great way to contact me is via email, or you can also comment on the video. I will definitely try to get back to you as soon as possible. I'd also suggest that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can keep up to date on our new and current inventory. Whenever we get new motorcycles, we'll be listing them on YouTube. If you like the video, please smash that like button. We'd love to have your feedback on that. Most definitely appreciate your time, and also look forward to the possibility of working with you. And we'll talk to you later. Thank you.